Your mindset will always be the strongest, most powerful muscle on your body. Not your chiseled chest, not your six-pack abs, not your biceps. It's always going to be your mindset. Your mindset is what's going to help you get through the hard times. Your mindset's what's going to help push you when you really need that extra boost of motivation. But your mindset, it's also going to be that key defining factor as to if you're going to have long-term success or not. Think about it. A lot of people have these self-limiting beliefs about themselves, and it all stems to them never really devoting to work on their mindset. If let's just say, growing up, I had this unhealthy relationship with food, and this is actually true within myself, right? Being an Italian household, right? The finish everything on your plate mentality, the good foods versus bad foods. Well, guess what? You're born into that. And you grow up with this mindset of thinking, hey, there's good foods versus bad foods. Hey, if there's food on my plate, I need to eat it all, right? How many times have I been heard, right, when I was a kid, hey, there's people starving in third world countries, like finish everything on your plate, even though I'm full, right? I didn't want to waste away food because I'd be wasting away money. Changing your mindset, though, can really help you out in anything in life. I look up to some of the greatest out there, like, Michael Jordan, for example, in basketball. His mindset was like no other. Unshakable confidence, right? Just pure relentless. And no matter what, he knew he was going to win. He knew he was going to be able to achieve his goals. And like the best part is just like, you probably heard the quote or, saw the image, right? Where he talks about how many shots that he's missed and, the games that he's lost and how many times he's been trusted with the game-winning shot and actually failed. But then he says at the end, this is why I'm successful. This is why I succeed, right? And so many times guys don't understand that they got to go through failure in order to have massive amount of success. And having the proper mindset is going to help lead you through that, In terms of anything, when life throws you curveballs, adversity, stress, Tiger Woods, for example, think about it. He's been through so many injuries and even a car crash, like all these different things. And yet still was able to just get right back to, hey, give me that golf club. I'm going to get right back to practice and I'm going to make sure that I perfect my craft because I am the greatest, right? And you got to have that unshakable confidence within yourself, right? And it all starts with your mindset first and foremost. You can either be a slave to the self-limiting beliefs of the past and realize here that you're not going to make it to where you want to get to in life, or you can have your mindset be the real key, right? Driving force to just open up all these new doors of opportunities. And you're going to be taking that, that leap of faith, right? Taking that step outside your comfort zone. But at the end of the day, like having that mindset, that's what's going to push you to greatness. That's what's going to open up these doors more, shed that light to you, right, in the times of darkness, and make it be a lot more clear, like, I got this, And mindset, to develop that, it takes a lot. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, right? Anybody can eat healthy for a few short weeks, eat protein, do some cardio, right? Get some, weight training in, and they're going to see results. With the mindset, it's different. And you have to really make sure that you are consistent with that the most. I focus so much on just having a morning routine that is, clear of any distractions. I'm waking up way before my family. I'm making sure that I'm spending that time on what I have to do to become the best version of myself. Not just physically with obviously training and going to the gym and eating healthy, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And these are the 4 key pillars of success that we go over all the time at Heartletics that's going to help somebody have that long-term success. So when it comes to devoting on your mindset and focusing on that, there's so many different things that you can do. There's simple things like gratitude. There's affirmations. There's meditation. There's visualization. There's journaling or scripting. There's just also the fact like, hey, for a member at least, they can just simply go into the app, right, and look at their progress from how they were currently to when they first got started. They can see their body fat percentage drop. They can see their weight drop. They can see a big change in their before and after photos. Like, these little things add up, right? And so when it comes down to mindset, you should be focused on, yes, having success in your life, but not just your overall fitness goals in every aspect. How can you become the best version of yourself, right? Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Well, the best way to do so that I find out, or have been finding out, I guess, is focusing first and foremost on my mindset. And this is different for anybody, It doesn't have to be all woo-woo and lolly-dolly, It can be simple things. Like for me, for example, I like saying affirmations in the mirror because there's just something about me looking at myself dead in the eyes and just, one, feeling proud of the fact of everything I've been through in life and where I'm at currently today. But also, two, holding myself accountable and being real with myself. If I have a hard time looking myself dead in the eyes in the mirror, how can I look at my son, right, dead in his eyes and say like, hey, you got this. I'm proud of you, right? I love you. If I can't even say that about myself, It's like the way that we talk and, like to, view affirmations as your own little pep talk to yourself. Let's say your spouse gets a promotion at her job, right? And you're just like, hey, sweetheart, congratulations. Like, I'm proud of you. Well, what if you got a promotion at your job? Would you ever go into the bathroom mirror at work and say, you know what? I love you. I'm proud of you. And guys have a hard time with that because, it's very hard for guys to get, their mindset in the right place, get their emotions in the right place, right? We got these big egos, right? Alpha males like, oh, grind. I can't be, a little sensitive at times, but it's not really being sensitive. It's just you being real within yourself, And I've been through a lot of trial and error in my life. I had to overcome a lot of adversity, a lot of depression, a lot of self-limiting beliefs that held me back from having success, And me becoming the best version of myself really started off with me falling in love with myself and having a true relationship with myself and me becoming my own best friend, And it might sound a little far-fetched and odd, but I'm really grateful for some of the hard things I had to go through in my life to help me, right? Where it was just me and faith and trust and belief and that's it. And you learn how to get through the hard times and it all starts with your mindset. So certain things out there that anybody can do, right? Affirmations. And there can be multiple ways to do that. You don't have to look at yourself in the mirror. I just like to give that recommendation as far as what works best for me. And you don't have to say like, oh, I love you, bro, right? Or I'm proud of you. Make it simple. You can simply say something like, say your first name. I am John Smith. And say, today is the date, February 25th. Say, I'm in the process of becoming the best version of myself. That's it. I'm John Smith. Today's February 25th, and I'm going to crush it today. John Smith. Today's February 25th. I'm in the process of becoming the best version of myself. Right? Something like that. Simple. Or, you can do other things like, Mike, he likes to look at himself in the mirror and just, say, hey, let's go kick some butt today. Right? A little pep talk. That's it. It takes, 3 seconds. Boom, out the door. And think about affirmations like this. It's that constant encouragement for yourself. You want to learn how to become your own coach. You want to learn how to become your own best friend. But now there's other aspects, right, to your mindset. There's things like, what are you grateful for? In today's society, we all want, but so much so we forget what we already have. Maybe that's our health. Maybe that's our house. Maybe that's clothes, food, shelter, family, right? How many times have you been grateful for, let's say, having, running water or food in the fridge or toilet paper and, your toothbrush? These little things really add up, and gratitude is a great way to just start off your day, but to start with your mindset on, hey, instead of me, focusing so much so on the things that I don't have, let's focus on the things that I do have and be truly grateful for what I have right now in my life. It's like, guys look in the mirror, they spot out all their flaws. Well, instead of looking at all their flaws, why don't you look in the mirror and be grateful for the progress that you came? Or, hey, maybe you don't have the abs, but, hey, at least you're off your medications. You're in that progression. Whatever the case may be, it's these small little things add up. Meditation is something that a lot of people struggle with, because they have a hard time with calming down their mind, calming down their breath, calming down their thoughts especially. And there's multiple ways to meditate or make it easy for somebody. For me, the easiest process was getting into yoga, honestly. Like that was the first, I guess, stepping stone into the mindset shift and the self-care, that I was going through during that time, where the yoga just helped make it a little bit clearer. And I remember the yoga instructor, Amy, after the session, it was a hot yoga session. After the session, I forget the terminology, Vinasana or something like that. But we just kind of laid down, right? Everybody kind of laid down on the yoga mat. She turned off the light and she just said, hey, just focus on your breath. And I remember doing that. And it was at one time where I'm like, wow, I'm not focused on this thought. I'm not focused on this. I'm not focused on this. I'm just focusing on my breath. And I was at such peace, and that's where I really want to learn about it more and more. And just, hey, went on YouTube, right? Guided meditations, found some ones I liked, boom, right? Just started doing that. And now I can do that where, for the past, 8, 9, 10 years of meditating now, pretty much every single day, I can do this now without having guided meditations on YouTube. I can do this with just, listening to some instrumentals or binaural beats, something to just block out the outside sound. And just once again, I'm focused on that breath, And I get into a place in my own head where, I'm not thinking about yesterday. I'm not thinking about the things I got to do today or tomorrow. I'm just at peace in the present moment. And that's truly what meditation is. It's just getting you back into sync, into balance. It's hard, right? It's like very, very tough to do. And it's just like anything. Hey, the more you do it, the more consistent, the better at it that you get. There's other aspects also of, goal setting and visualization. With visualization, you've probably seen multiple studies, I love research studies where they show they'll have people that, physically play the piano and practice. And then other people that aren't even physically playing the piano, but mentally they're pretending like they're playing the keys. And the success rate of learning how to play that song because they're visualizing themselves doing it compared to people that are actually playing and touching the keys on the piano it's crazy. It's crazy to me because that's mindset 101. That's how it all applies in the body and the mind, Other things too where, they'll take people and they'll just have them visualize themselves, right? Eyes closed like they're dribbling a ball, holding a basketball, and visualize themselves shooting a free throw. Right, playing basketball, and their success rates, the percentages of how many shots that they make goes up so much so just because of their mindset, without them actually being on the court, at the free throw line and dribbling a ball, but it's them visualizing that success. Athletes do this all the time, right? The greatest of all time visualize themselves having success, visualize themselves having that life that they truly want. And then they take that inspired action, right, to go after their goals. And they know that, hey, it's going to be tough. There's going to be plenty of times where life throws you curveballs, life throws you storms, but they always take that 1 foot in front of the next, right? 1% better each and every day and work towards that. So having your physical habits that we like to go over at Heartletics, like the calories, the protein, the strength training, the hydration, the steps, the stress, the sleep, everything like that is great. But without improving your mindset, it's only going to get you so far because your mindset is what's going to get you to that next level. It's going to get you to that level that you didn't even think was possible. But guess what? When you break those self-limiting beliefs and really start unlocking the keys to open up all these doors with the fullest potential within yourself, your mindset is going to take you down a journey that's like no other. Promise you that. So start focusing on your mindset, and I promise you, the life that's in store for you, it's going to be a lot better, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You just got to focus on, once again, improving that mindset. And it takes time. You got to be consistent, just like growing a muscle, right? You can't just do it here and there. You got to be consistent with it. You got to put in the reps. And that's what's going to make it a lot easier for you at the end of the day.